Alright, so here's my old one. We're gonna unhook that, hook this one up. Alright, so we're plugged in. I got the projector on, set up on the proper channel, so got our light on. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the button here. And we'll see what we get. Now, hey, look at there. Ha ha! We got part of it working at least. Let's see what we get here. Alright, so I got my controller on. Say the system software cannot be run correctly. Press the PS button to try to restart the system. System cannot be restarted. The system partition of the system storage must be reformatted and you must reinstall the system software. Hence why I have my USB stick. Connect storage media that contains update data of version 4.41 or later, and then press start, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's do that right now. So right now it's checking the USB stick I put in. Alright, so after pressing select and start for about 5 seconds, we get to the formatting of the drive, which is really good. I mean, this machine wouldn't even turn on, as you guys saw. It just would essentially beep and then go straight to a blinking red light, which was weird. The guy said it was a yellow light, but whatever. So, you know, we're gonna, once this is loaded, we will do some testing and hopefully I can get Blu-rays to work. And, you know, if anything, it was a $40 PS3. So it's not too shabby. We have our 4.8 software update. Let's get this on the way. So here we are. We're on our way to updating this PS3. So, you know, they want you to read through all this bullshit, right? You know, and you go through and, yep, I accept, of course. I'm gonna press X to start the update. There we go. And here is where we're at now. It's telling me essentially to connect the controller, so we'll do that. We are English, United States. An available HDMI device was detected. Do you want to output video and audio using HDMI? We're going to put no for the moment, because I don't use HDMI for audio for this. We are actually not in Eastern time zone. I gotta find, here we are, Central time. So we got that. So we get over there. We'll stick with user 1. Yup, that's good. Alrighty, and here we go. Next, adjust settings for connection to the internet. Blah blah blah. Okay. Oops, I farted. I just want to see if damn Blu-ray works. Alright, so there is some video. That's excellent news. Alright, so now before Blu-ray, we can put it in a game. So right here, I'm going to put in Army of Two, which happens to be part of my next video, which is in my September pickups. Let's go ahead and plop that in and see what we get. I see that it is reading the disc. I may have to swap Blu-ray drives since this is actually from the other machine. I mean, maybe the drive itself is bad, I don't know. Maybe both drives are bad. Not really sure. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. Alright, so it's not reading discs, however the system is working. I adjusted the resolution and everything. The system does work. So essentially, if I can't get it to read discs, it will at least play digital based games. However, that's not what I want. So I'm hoping that the Blu-ray drive I put in here is faulty, and the one that I thought, you know, because I swapped all kinds of stuff around, and so what I'm going to do is put the drive that came with this machine, I'm going to put that drive in here, and we will see how that'll work. I'm hoping that that'll be the case, that this, you know, it'll work, but that would mean that if it does work, then that other machine, I don't know, because that drive also didn't work in that one. So I don't really know what to believe or think or whatever. This is getting kind of confusing here, but we don't have to do a whole lot of work. We just have to take the top off and swap Blu-ray drives. Alright. Okay, so go ahead and unplug these powers. Okay. Go ahead and do these. The good news, though, if I can't seem to get this or the other one to read discs, the good news is buying a drive online that will work doesn't cost that much money, which will then allow me to have 2 working units, and essentially I could sell one for, you know, a little bit of profit, I suppose. They're both the same year, so March of 2008. Everything should be compatible with each other, with the exception of the hard drives, because they read, the software reads based on a serial number. You can't just swap drives. Alright, give me that magnet. Damn thing. Oh! Uh-oh. How's power supply? Shit. God, why do they make this so hard? Basically, what's going to happen if this ends up working, I will back up the data from this machine, transfer it to the one I just bought and fixed, and it'll be like new, I suppose. I mean, nice and clean, and especially since I actually did not clean this one. And the Blu-ray drive. I will tell you though that the connector here definitely looks different than the other one. So there are some slight differences how they made these, but nothing huge. And you know, there's a little black line on here. I'm wondering if that means like it's supposed to go all the way in or something, and clip into that line. So let's see, put the prongs in there, snap it down, put our power plug on here, and we'll go ahead and screw her in. And then go ahead, get your small screw to line up with the S there, and everything else where the arrows are. By now everyone should be pros. They've heard me say it plenty of times. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I guess use it as another streaming box, but it's kind of a waste. If you ask me, use this as a streaming box. Alright, so I got it booting up, which, you know, that's a good sign. Shows that power supply didn't break when it fell. Alright, got our game. Let's hope. Hope. Yes! Woo! An error occurred during the start operation. Well, we're getting there. Okay. Let's try it one more time. Nope. All right, let's see what this error code means. So what I read is you gotta go into safe mode here and do a disk check, and it'll check for errors, and that should find some errors and then fix it for us. Why aren't you working? Oh man. Well, I'm gonna have to open it up again. I think the ribbon cable wasn't put in good enough. Shit. Alright, so I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. Never had this happen, but come on, I wish I could, there. See that right corner there? It was folded. I flattened it out. I don't know if it's gonna work, but hopefully it does. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together, and we're gonna try it this time without the lid. As we can see here, I've got power. So it'll turn on, that I know. That thing right there is a pain in the butt. Okay, so I plugged in the controller and we are charging. So that means that pin is working. Alright, so everything is up and running. I'm gonna go ahead and put this disc in. Let's see what we get. Hopefully that error won't show up anymore. Reads the disc though, so that is good there. Well, got the same error. Son of a bitch. Well, let's check. Let's check a movie. Since I'm not gonna really use this for games anyway. Although it would be ideal to have it fixed completely, but you know, it is what it is. We got Star Wars. Put it in. See what we get. That is pretty damn good news. I don't want to get flagged for copyright or whatever, so we see that it's working, and that part is good. So I'm going to research what that code is exactly, and we'll go from there. But briefly, what I did read is that there's a controller board in the Blu-ray drive that has a bad IC chip, and the reason why my other drive doesn't work is because that chip reads your motherboard serial number, so you can't just trade drives. But what I can do is rebuild the drive by taking the chip that is not working in this one out and take the other drive and swap, but then keep the main drive, so the motherboard on the drive will see that serial number. So I'm gonna figure that out, and that's gonna be a different video. But the good news is my main reason for even doing this, being able to watch movies and have all the Netflix and stuff, that works. So for what we use it here in the bedroom here, that's going to be perfect. So I just want to say thanks for watching, and you know, you can check out some of the other videos I have on the links on the side. And just like always, happy gaming. So this is a quick bonus update. I figured, what the hell, and I switched the control boards on the Blu-ray drives, and I put it in my personal machine, and it reads the disc perfect. So that had to have been the issue. What I did is I took the Blu-ray drive from the machine I bought, took that board out, put my board in it, and then put that drive in my machine, and it works fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the other one back together with swapped drives and see what happens. It might actually read a disc or something. I don't know. It would be kind of weird, but if anything, this one now works, and that's pretty awesome. So, you know, hell, that was actually kind of a fun project for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and maybe learned a few things or whatever, I don't know. Please comment down below and check out some of my other videos. Subscribe, share, all that fun stuff, and I'll hit you up later on with a pickups video for the month. So, alright, thanks.